Okay. Why is that man shouting? Okay. Anyways. So, this video was supposed to be something that I was just like gonna do for a joke for Snapchat. But like then I realized that there's so much like backstory and history like behind, or not history, but like backstory behind what happened. And I was like, I should make this like more of a thing, because like this shit was terrifying to say the least. And I just wanted to like share about what kind of happened before I like get to the finale, which is the place that I went to this summer. I don't know where I put, oh, it's right here. They gave me this and it's been haunting me ever since. So I wanted to like throw it in like a river as a gag. But yeah, I'm gonna just explain like the backstory and everything behind it, because like that's what's actually like kind of interesting. And then this is just for like comedic relief and for me to move past this terrible weekend of my life. So yeah, this is that story. Okay, so let me start from the very beginning. So I was at this camp doing like music stuff, and the weekend after I was supposed to go to this retreat. Well, they called it a retreat. So it was from Friday at 11 a.m. until Sunday at 5 p.m. And mind you, I was tired because I literally had a whole week of doing like music and like leading songs, and I was tired, and I was driving from Cincinnati to someplace in Indiana for this, and I was literally so tired and I just wanted to go home. And I called the person I was going with and I was like, listen, like I can't do this, I need to like go home. And they were like, well, no, like you should come, it'll be a nice relief, it's like just, you know, you should come. And I was like, whatever, because I'm extremely optimistic, so I was like, what's the worst that could happen? And I definitely found that out. Okay, so I get there, right, and I walk in and I have my backpack and I go put it in my room, and I leave my phone in my car because they told me that I couldn't have it, and you aren't allowed to have any electronics. So which is like fine, whatever, like I wasn't that worried about it. Like it's just like I just won't have my phone for the next 2 days. I wasn't that worried about it. So I go and sit down in this little room, and there's like 30 of us there. We get started, we get into like our little groups, and they just like keep going, like they just start because, you know, they're like, oh, we don't have, you know, the time, like the time is so precious right now. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we started, and like all seemed okay. I was already pretty emotional like getting there because I didn't want to be there in the first place. So I was ready to leave, like already. I didn't leave for 2 days, but I was literally ready to leave. And not much really happened in the first like however long, but it got to lunchtime, and let me just tell you about lunchtime. So lunchtime rolls around and we walk downstairs to the cafeteria, and we're standing outside, and they're holding up these signs, and this guy has a guitar, and they make us sing this terrible song, and it's called De Colores. And I don't know like if anybody's ever heard it before, but like there was just like 30 guys singing this song, and like they're forcing you to, they're like, sing louder, sing louder. And I literally was already so emotional. I was terrified. I was like, why are we singing the song? Like, what's going on? Like, what kind of weird cult shit is this? Like, that was going through my mind. And so I like couldn't take it anymore, and I walked to the bathroom, and I literally started crying in the bathroom, and I was like, I can't, like there's like I can't do this right now. And I was so like distraught and freaking out, and I heard the music stop, so I came back. Before and after every meal, they also make you sing a prayer, which like praying, yeah, cool, like obviously, like, you know, just it's prayer, it's whatever. But like they made us sing it before and after every meal, which like was kind of just like a lot to me. I was like, what's the point of doing this? Like there's no, you know, like it was so outdated. So the rest of that day was like pretty chill. The whole thing is like 15 different guys talk about 15 different topics, and then like you're at this table and you're like you're in a little group and you just like talk about it after. So, you know, that's pretty chill. And they try to do like funky things like every day or whatever, like, or things that are you know, like to get you to just think and like spend time with God, which like, I mean, that part wasn't weird for me because I already like, you know, have a relationship with God. So that wasn't weird. But like the fact that this whole thing was weird to me says something, because me being me, I am literally the most open-minded person in the world. And like this was terrifying. Like, this was like culty. Like, that's how bad this was. So that night, I was like already ready to leave, and we like had some type of quiet time, and we had to go back to our room. Like, there was like a bunch of us in one room, and you couldn't talk. You weren't allowed to talk. And like, obviously you couldn't do anything else, like, because like I had nothing to do. Like, I could read, but like, I'm not gonna read. So we went back to our rooms, and I was literally laying there, and I remember that I brought my backpack in, and my backpack had my laptop in it. And I was literally thinking about like getting on there and messaging my mom on Facebook and being like, Mom, like, I need you to call this place and tell them that like my grandpa died or something, because I need to leave. Like, that was how bad I needed to get out, because I was mortified. I was terrified of everything that happened there. And because it already like didn't seem right to me. Like, it just felt weird, and it felt like unnatural and not like what anybody should be doing with their lives. So the next day, this is all a blur. This happened in like August or July. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so that was Friday. So Saturday rolls around, and like that day is pretty chill. Like, the same song happens 3 times a day. We wake up at like 6 a.m. 6 a.m. And like oh my God, I don't even think I said, they take down all the clocks in the building, so you can't see what time it is. And I know, weird as hell. They take down every clock in the building, so you can't see what time it is. Allegedly, we were waking up at like 5 or 6 in the morning. So we wake up early, sing the same song, and do that again like 2 times the next day. So that day's pretty chill. I don't really remember a lot of it, but I remember that night there was there was a ceremony, and it's where like 30 people were in this room, and they all had candles, and like you would walk up to them and they would be like, God bless you, and then you would give them a hug or like a handshake, but it was mostly hugs. I hate hugs. So that's like, that happens, and you walk through, give everybody like a hug or a handshake or whatever, and it's the most awkward thing in the world. I don't know any of these people, so I literally was just like giving people hugs and handshakes for no reason. Like, it just felt so stupid to me. I'm sorry, it was so pointless. Like, I wanted to leave the whole time, so I had a terrible experience. But after like you got done hugging the people, you would go up on stage and join everybody else who like did the hugging, like who was a part of the retreat, and you locked arms like this, and you would sway back and forth and sing this terrifying ass song. It was so scary, but it, like, imagine like 30 men just like this hugging each other and singing the song that's like all low voices, like all low pitch, like I don't even remember how it goes, but it was terrifying. I was so scared. I was like, I feel like I'm being inducted into a cult right now. Like, that's exactly how I felt. And it was so scary. And that night was just like terrible and awful. And I went to bed, thank God. And then the next day rolls around, and I don't really remember what happened all of Sunday, if I'm being honest. I was just ready to leave like that day. Like, I'm just really telling you the things that I remember, because I try to block it out of my memory as much as I can because of how like traumatizing it was. But yeah, so we woke up, sang the same dumbass song again, and then it gets to like a ceremony, and that is where it gets kind of interesting. Their whole thing is like, when you sign up, like on your form, they call you a sleeper. So fucking creepy. It's so creepy. They call you a sleeper, and it's because they take it, like, their whole thing is really around the verse in Ephesians that is Ephesians 5:14. It's awaken, O sleeper, rise up from the dead, and Christ will give you light. So that's what it is. So it's, you're supposed to be awakened, so you're called a sleeper when you get there. I don't know why these people think that they can awaken me, but like, it's not like, that's literally the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life, literally. So you have this little ceremony where they put this thing, I literally have it right here. They put this thing around your neck, and they're like, you have been awakened, or some shit like that. And they're like, you are now awakened, go be in the light. And you can only go like through this thing once. Like they call it going through. Like not even like a retreat. Like it's going through something. Like that's what they call it. That's so crazy. So I'm gonna take this off before I throw up. You get awakened. And I remember like after that, I literally was just like, I think we ate. And then I was like, I'm so ready to leave. Like, I need to go get out of here. So like when the time came, I literally took all of my stuff out to my car and I was like, okay, we are out of here. I am leaving. And it was literally like a 4.5 hour drive home for me. And I was just like thinking about everything that happened this weekend. And I was like, I literally was like, felt like I was in a cult. And like, oh, like I say that obviously like kind of joking, but not really, because it was terrifying. Like if you experienced what I experienced, like it was scary. And I was just completely blindsided by like a lot of the things that like I wasn't told before I came in, which like is I guess the point. But like it's supposed to be like kind of calming for people to just like come for like a weekend and have everything put in place for them. But I'm somebody who doesn't like to give up control. So me coming in with my terrible headspace anyways, and then not having control of literally anything for the next 3 days sent me so far. And it was terrifying and the worst. So I left, called so many people and was like, I just was in a cult. Like I literally was like, I need to tell you guys something. Like I was just in a cult and it was the most terrifying weekend of my life. The worst. Like it's crazy. I will literally hold that memory in my brain forever, and like it'll be a crazy story to tell. The whole point of making this video was because this little thing that they gave me, it says Awaken, O Sleeper on it, and then yeah, Awaken, O Sleeper, and it has Ephesians at the bottom. I'm going to go throw this in a river. Which is like so funny, but I feel like it's something I need to do because like this is just haunting me, and like I don't need it anymore because I don't care about it. And yeah, so this video will be enough for me, and I'm gonna go throw this in the river, and I'm also going to record that. So I'm really excited about it, if I'm being honest. I wanted somebody else to come with me, but like nobody wanted to come. So yeah, let's go throw this in the river. Okay, so right now I'm walking to the dumping location. And yeah, I'm gonna throw this thing into a river, and I'm literally so excited about it. Like this has literally terrified me and like haunted me for the past however many months it's been, because this was a terrible memory that I tried to block out of my mind. So yeah, just a second. So I'm throwing it into here and I am so excited. Okay, here's my last picture of me with it. Sorry, I went to get a thumbnail. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. There it goes. Never to be seen again. Wow, I really just threw it on. Wow, that was so relieving. It's gone. Well, that was about it. I mean, there's not much else to say. Yeah, so that's the story at the time that I went to a cult. And yeah, thank you for listening. It truly means a lot. Yeah.